Hey everybody, it's April Starkey here, and I'm really excited to share with you some books that I think are must-haves for every family. These are the books that when your children get older and they look back at their childhood, they're going to remember these stories and remember the great times that you guys had sitting together and reading them. So the first one I want to share with you is actually a new set that we have. So this is a great way to build your library for your family in a very fast and cheap way. It's super heavy. It is our picture booked gift set. And inside this case, if you can see, are 20 stories, 20 different books that you will be able to automatically add to your family's library. All the classics from Wind in the Willows to Pinocchio to Black Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, the Nutcracker, Frog Prince. I mean, you name it, they are in here. Little Red Riding Hood, The Railway Children, 12 Dancing Princesses, Alice in Wonderland, and The Wizard of Oz, and Town Mouse and Country Mouse. So much more. They're beautiful graphics inside each of them, telling all the classic stories that we love to share with our family. And you get 20 of these books in this case for $69.99. And so that comes out to about only, I think it was $3.50 per book or something like that. So that's like an amazing way to build your family library and read all those classics with your family. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you are our illustrated stories. And so I have 3 here to show today, but we have over 20 in the series. I have illustrated stories from the Bible stories, and I have Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, and then I have the Dickens. And so these are great because you're going to get multiple stories in each of the books, and you still have beautiful, I mean, look at those illustrations. They're just gorgeous. That you can sit and you can read together as a family, or they can go off and go in their little reading corner and read by themselves. Has a nice bookmark to keep their part where they're at. And then also, I know you can't tell, but the front cover is actually a nice kind of plush padded cover, which is really nice. These are just great stories. They're gorgeous to just have the whole collection. It has a family for the years to come and read. I wanted to share with you guys 3 different combined volumes that are my favorite. I will probably end up showing in another video that I'm going to do with different ways that you can save. But these are also just, I think, must-haves that every family should have. And so we got Big Book of Little Stories, The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales, and Cal Takes a Bow and Other Tales. And so with Cal Takes a Bow and Other Tales, we have 6 of our phonic story readers inside this one binding. So you're getting 6 books in one. The nice rhyming text, and has a little guide in the back for parents about phonic readers. So this is going to be great to read to your little ones, and then as they get older and they start to read themselves, they can use this to read and learn to read from. It's a great series. We love it so much that my son has all of the stories memorized. He loves it so much, and so we really enjoy it in our family. Another favorite of our family that we read from all the time is Big Book of Little Stories. This has a ribbon bookmark to help hold your place, and this has 15 stories inside of it. And it's a variety from classics to some newer stories. So I'll just kind of flip through and show you. And so you get 15 different books in one binding for only $21.99. So this is a great way to save, a great way to build your family home library and have oodles and oodles of stories to sit around and read together with your children. And then the last combined volume I want to share with you was The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales. This is a great one because it has 20 stories in it. And so with the 20 stories that is inside of it, it also has a read-along CD, so you can listen to it in the car or in your house, and it has the ribbon bookmark. And what is great about this is, as you can see, there's a top portion of the page that you can just read when they're young and they can't quite sit still enough to listen to the whole story. And then as they get old enough to listen to more and sit still a little bit longer, you can read the bottom portion and it just develops a plot. The top half still makes sense when you read it when they're young, but then it just develops the story when they get a little older to listen to more. Then this book grows with your family because as they themselves get old enough to start learning how to read, then they can start reading that top line by themselves, and you can read the bottom line line as the parent until they learn enough to read both top and bottom. There is a hidden yellow ducky on each page that they have to find, which is super fun. And this is just such a great book to have. You get 20 books and a CD in one binding for only $24.99, so you can't beat that. All right, the last two I want to share with you are actually nonfiction, but I just think every family should have them. This is our Live the Flat Picture Atlas. This is awesome because you get a pull-out flag in the back, or a poster. It's so huge it would take up this whole screen. You can hang it on your wall or just take out at times. Has the whole world on it, and it has all the country's flags on it. And throughout this Live the Flat book, they are going to learn all about the different continents, all the things that are growing and living, and all the different famous places on each of the continents. And it's super awesome. And then the last thing I highly recommend for every family is our Usborne Children's Encyclopedia. You can get this in hardback, which is the version I have right here, for $29.99, or you can get the paperback version, which is just a little smaller, and it's paperback. It has everything in it still, and it's only $14.99. And this is internet linked. The other day, my son and I were studying Egyptians, and so we turned to page, I remember now, 120, and it had a great, with this being a children's encyclopedia, they're not going to give too much information. In our other older encyclopedias, there's pages and pages and pages on just one subject. But with the children's encyclopedia, it's nice. Like for Egyptians, it's just this 2-page spread on Egyptians, which is great. And because it was nice and simple with bright, beautiful, colorful illustrations for my son, bite-sized chunks of text. And then there are hundreds of internet links throughout this book where whatever thing you're studying, so for instance, we were studying Egyptians, we went online and we were able to spell Isaac's name in hieroglyphics. We were able to build a pyramid, see how mummies are formed, and so much more. You can do so much with this book. The other day, my son was like, Mom, why does the sun or moon reflect the sun? We can get this book right out and talk about it with him. Anything that, curious children ask questions all the time. This is a perfect resource to have on hand, and it's so colorful and vivid illustrations that it's actually quite fun just looking through. All right, there you have it. Those are the must-haves for every family. I hope that you can get some of those for your own family to enjoy for years to come. Thanks so much.